So what you just heard was the new plug-and-play sound system we just created for the Evolution D5, the D150.4, which includes Memphis's all-new 150-watt marine-grade amp, soundbar BoostBox, which doubles the performance of the soundbar on the D5, and 4 Hertz DCX speakers. And last but not least, everything is plug and play. You don't need any wiring skills, you don't need to cut any wires. You can install this whole system in under an hour on your Evolution D5. Now, what makes us excited about this system and why we didn't originally come out with a 4-speaker system that plugged into the dash right off the rip when we started making these systems is because Memphis didn't make an amp that could do the job. They used to make a 100-watt amp, and which is why we've always had a 2-speaker system since we created systems for the D5, because a 100-watt amp can run off the small gauge wiring in the dash, and it can power the just 2 speakers properly. It can't power 4. Well, they also had a 200-watt amp that was made for 4 speakers, but when that was running at a higher volume and it was getting powered off the small gauge wire in the dash, it would slowly burn the amp up because it needed heavier gauge wire to power 4 speakers. Obviously, we're not going to build a system that slowly burns the internal parts of the amp up. Well, we teamed up with Memphis and started this about 9 months, a year ago, and been working on an amp that solves that issue, can run off the small gauge wiring in the dash, can power 4 speakers, and make the install super simple. So we created the 150-watt amp with Memphis, which can do exactly what I just said, power these 4 speakers and make them produce sound that they're actually capable of producing and not burn anything up in the cart. Well, these amps just came out and we have been R&Ding and building systems and testing them to make sure this amp was gonna do what Memphis told us it would do, and it does. So we are getting ready to release the 150.4 on June 7th, and we're also relaunching the D5100 Gen 2 system, which is our 2-speaker system, but it includes this amp now. It's not the old 100-watt amp. So you can buy the 2-speaker system now and then add the 2 speakers later. But the new D5100 is a new version, it's a Gen 2. But we have so many thousands of people that want this dang system that we are not just gonna list it publicly so anybody in the revenue order on June 7th. We're exclusively selling through a pre-order list. That way we can throttle and manage how many orders we're accepting, because we don't want to end up in the same boat we ended up in the past, where we have so many orders more than we can build per day, and lead times end up being months because we can't build as many as we're selling per day. So we are exclusively selling through a pre-order list. So if you'd like to be on that list, if you'd like to see the price, the detail, all that stuff on our new systems, then click the link in the description below. And if you have any questions about any of this stuff, text us, call us, email us. But with that, thank you for watching and thank you for supporting BA Carts.